Hello. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. Oh, can you see me clearly? We had some internet issues at the very last second, but we are good to go now. We are good to go. Welcome all the parents, all the dads. How are you? How are you? How are you? Good to see you. Making sure that the screens are all perfect for you. Wonderful. Wonderful. Excellent. Thank you so much for logging on. Thank you all so much. We are ready. Facebook, if you can leave some comments, let me know that you're there. YouTube, leave some comments, let me know that you're there. Wonderful. Hi, YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. Leave some comments so I know you're there, YouTube, and some thumbs up. Click the thumbs up so I know you're there. On Facebook. Lovely. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you as well. Excellent. Excellent. So this is Amazing Parenting. This is our yearly Dad's Conference that we hold every year. And we are so grateful to God that we're able to do this again. Hopefully next year we'll be live face-to-face and online as well. So if you see me looking to two different sides, I've got YouTube here and I've got Facebook here. So I'm looking at both of you. So yeah, so we are online now and we want to go live face-to-face next year. So let friends know we're live. Send the link, send the address. Amazing Parenting for YouTube, and then Grace Chukwu for Facebook. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much. I can see we've got people on YouTube. Excellent. I think we've got some people on Facebook. Just leave some comments, Facebook family. Leave some comments. I know people are just trying to log on and get used to where they're at. I'll just give people 1 or 2 more seconds before we start. I think am I very clear on Facebook? I think I'm clear on Facebook. I can see I'm very clear on YouTube. I hope for the Facebook family that we're all clear as well. Wonderful. Okay, let's start. I know we've got a few people on. Oh yeah, some people are coming on. Hello. Tosh, Baba Tosh, thank you. Oh, good evening. Yes, we are live. Brilliant. Yes, leave comments. As you're coming on, leave comments so I know that you're there, because obviously this is only one way. I'm only talking. I can't hear you talking back to me. So please leave comments, thumbs up, emojis. That would be really great if you could do that. Thank you so much. Facebook is coming on. Brilliant. Okay, we're going to start. People will join and we would have started. So I just want to start with a word of prayer. Father, in the name of Jesus, I give you all the praise and the glory. I thank you for every dad and every mom that is logging on right now, Father, and will log on throughout this conference, Father. I thank you that as I speak, Lord, you speak through me, Father. And every parent's heart has been touched. Every parent's heart has been blessed, Lord Father. Minister through me to touch the areas that the parents need to hear a word in, Father. And we say all of this in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. Amen. Okay. Big thank you to my husband, my children, my son, my daughter, Trailblazers. God bless you. Follow Kemi. God bless you. She always encourages me, sending me text messages. God bless you, everybody. Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to get straight into it. We've only got an hour and a half. I didn't want to make it too long, but you know I can talk on parenting forever. So we're going to get straight into it. So how and why Amazing Parenting started to do the Dad's Conference. There's always women's conferences going on. Wherever you turn, there's a women's conference, a mum's conference, which is brilliant. I go to them and I love them. But there was nothing really for the dads. And we just felt, let's do something for the dads to encourage the dads. The women are getting empowered. And the dads are not getting, as that much empowering, that much, encouragement. So that's why we are here doing the dads conference. Big hi to the amazing dads. I've got a group of dads called the Amazing Dads. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Okay. So the theme for this conference is Family Man. Family Man. And I know today we've got married men, single men, dads to be, husbands. So we're talking to all of you in this conference, all of you. So I might not say husband, I might not say, so all of you are included. If you're a dad, if you're a husband, you're included. Okay. So there is a difference between a man and a family man. There's a difference, a clear difference. And we're going to go through those topics and ideas of what that means today, what that looks like for a family man and a man, an ordinary man and a family man. There's a clear difference. And that's what we're going to define today. And we're going to go through the basics of a dad. It's not always that your wife or your children need you to be that Superman with your red cape on and you're doing superhero things. It's the everyday things that you do for your children, Dad, that counts. If you think of a weaver's beam and how the cotton goes on and slowly you see the material being built up, that's how your day-to-day tasks and love towards your wife and children, that's what happens. The fabric of your family gets built by you, Dad, doing your day-to-day things. And they may seem mundane. They may seem, why bother? They may seem, oh, I am doing this for my children. I'm only doing this for my wife. But these are the mundane things that build the fabric of your home. So when those storms hit, you're able to stand because you have built up your family home by doing these day-to-day tasks and love that you give to your family. I want to go through maybe just 3 areas because of the time we've got. And I'm going to start with the organization. And I know dads might be saying, well, I'm not good at organizing things. I haven't got no administrative skills. It's not about being administrative, Dad. It's about organizing. And there are 4 areas, not even 4 areas, 4 dates in the calendar that your wife is praying and hoping and, that you would take notice of and not gloss over. Because of your day-to-day life, it's not every day you can wrap your arms around your wife and pick up your children and run out with them to the park, but it's the day-to-day things that you do. And these 4 dates, I want to speak to you about your wife. You, because you are a family man. If you were single, you wouldn't be thinking about these 4 dates. But because you are a family man, these 4 dates are very crucial to your wife. And I know you know what these 4 dates are. So when I run through them, you're going to say, yeah, we know those. But I want to go through these 4 dates that you need to stop and take note of these dates for your wife. Why? Not only for your wife, but your children are watching. Your children are noticing. Does Dad, at these occasions, make a fuss of Mum? Does he remind us to tell Mum how much she's appreciated? Because as your wife is getting older and the children are getting older, that appreciation just seems to dissipate. We know it's there. Wives know that husbands love them, but it begins to dissipate over the years. So these 4 dates, wives want you to at least notice, make an effort. And these 4 dates are her birthday, your wedding anniversary, Valentine's Day, and Mother's Day. These 4 dates, dads, you have to stop and organize something for your wife on these dates. Because for you, it's no big deal. It's not, anything that you're worried about. But for your wife, these are the days you can stop and show appreciation. On her birthday, this is her day. On her birthday, we're not asking for you to fly to the moon, but do something, a card, a flowers, jewelry, money, whatever you conjure up to give to your wife to show her that you appreciate her and you remember her on her birthday. Your wedding anniversary is the consummation of your lives together. You have to stop and remember. What can we do together? What can we do as a family? If your children are very young and you don't want to leave them with a babysitter, organize something, dads, for your wedding anniversary. It is so important. For Valentine's Day, oh my goodness, all this, no, I'm a man, I'm African man, I don't do, no. Dads, your wife is expecting something on Valentine's Day. Something. The whole world is celebrating Valentine's Day. A card, a flower, a text message, something to show her that you are appreciative of her, that you remember her, that you recognize all that she does for you and the children. Mother's Day. If your children are very, very young and they can't really participate in Mother's Day, rally them round on that Sunday morning. Make tea or coffee, toast, and bring it into her and let the little ones be part of it. If your children have grown up, phone them, remind them, it's Mother's Day tomorrow, it's Mother's Day next week. What are you doing for your mom? What are you buying for your mom? What are we doing as a family? Organize yourself, dad, around these 4 dates for your wife. It is crucial. And I want to interject here. You might be saying, well, my wife doesn't really say anything about her birthday or Valentine's Day. She doesn't really say anything. Dads, don't confuse silence with compliance. Just because she's not making a fuss that you forgot her birthday or you bought a card that says something else on it and she's not, don't confuse the two. Because she's silent, she's compliant. No, there are some things she just allows to go over her head, but there are things that are noticed and noted. So organize yourself, dad. These dates are not hidden. They're not a secret. You know when they're coming. Organize your diary, organize your day. Wives know that you're busy. The children know that you're busy, but organize yourselves around these dates. I know the wives that we have online, they're whooping, but organize yourselves, dad. So these dates don't just come and go. You just think, well, we've been married for 20 years now. It doesn't really make any difference. It does. You are a family man. And what it means to be a family man is these day-to-day things, these dates and anniversaries, you take note and you remember and you make an effort. Like I said, she's not looking for the moon. She's just looking for your real heartfelt effort to show her that she's appreciated and that she's loved. Okay? So it's really important. Those 4 dates are remembered. You put them in your calendar. And we're talking about gifts, what you can buy. There's flowers, there's chocolates, there's jewelry, there's perfume. There's 4 gifts and 4 dates. Decide which one you're going to give on which date. And if your wife is like me, all 4 is wonderful. Just bring all 4. We'll have it. And if you think, well, she doesn't really, give her the cash. She'll know what to buy. But it's your effort that we are looking for. Your effort, your time, your conscious stopping and thinking, yes, it's Mother's Day, it's Valentine's, it's our anniversary. What are you doing for your anniversary? Okay. How you spend one-to-one time with your children. Dads, you are a family man. You might have one child, two children, five children. You have to spend quality time, not length of time, but quality of time with each individual child. Not every day, not even every week, but regularly. That regularly for you might be every other month. That regularly for you might be once a week. But spending quality time with each of your children is priceless. They need that from you, and you need to spend that time with them. They need to know that you're thinking about spending time with them. You want to spend one-on-one time with them. One-to-one time with your children, and do whatever the child wants to do with you. So they come up with the idea. Your son might want to go football, play Xbox. Your daughter might want to scroll through the internet, go out. Whatever your child wants to do. It doesn't have to be long. An hour and a half, a day, half a day. You decide, you know your schedule. But it is important, it's imperative that you are spending that quality time with each of your children one-on-one. Bless you. Hi, Shion. Bless you. Kemi. Tunde. Bless you. Just want to say hi to people who are just coming on. Bless you. Thank you so much. So it's important, dads, that you spend that quality time with each child. Don't say, oh, well, they're too old now. They don't want that. You'd be surprised. Oh, he's just a baby. He's only 5 weeks old. Spend that quality time with that newborn. Spend that quality time with that newborn. I remember when my son was born. Our son is our firstborn. And every Friday, I would just leave my husband and my son together. He was a tiny baby. And we used to live, we didn't used to live here then. I used to just go on every Friday. I used to just go for a walk or go to the market so they can spend that quality time together. It's important. So no matter how old your children are, dads, because you are a family man, you want to spend that quality time with them. Spending time with your children with other dads. So you've got the quality time one-on-one, and then with other dads. You bring your children and their children together, and you do something with all of you together. It's important that you organize play dates with other dads and your children. Obviously, if your children are young enough, you organize it. This session, we're talking about being organized, dads being organized. Like I said, it's not about being administrative. Organize these things in your home to build that fabric in your home. Build up that fabric in your home. Gather dads together, even if it's two other dads, one other dad with children around about the same age as your children. And you go out, or they come to your house, or you go to their house. Be creative. But it's important, as family men, you're gathering your children with other dads together. So it's not always your wife sorting out the play date, their mum, going out with other mums. No, you organize it. You organize something. It doesn't have to be for the whole weekend or for the whole Saturday. Just a couple of hours. And that gives you time to talk to other men as well. You know how men, and I'll come on to that a bit later on, but that gives you your time to talk to other men. So it's important that you gather your children and have time with them, one-on-one time with them, and to collectively with other dads. And also with organization, I want to talk about prayer, gathering your family to pray. You organize it. Don't wait for your mum, their mum to, okay, let's pray. You organize it. You take the children to church. You do Bible study. You pray for them. You go in their room at night and lay hands on them and pray for them. You do that. You organize that, dad, family man, dad. It's important that you do that. So these things around organization, it's so important that you organize your home. And I know mums today, they're super mums, they can do it all. And we know we can do it all. And sometimes dads want to take a back seat. I said this last time. But dads, you organize it. You organize the days out. You organize the time out. The family days out. Just you, your children's mum, your children, you organize it. You plan it. Say next week, next month, this is where we're going. We're getting the train to wherever. We're going to drive to wherever. Or we're going to walk. The idea behind this is that you're organizing it, dad. Not your wife, not your children's mum. Because you are a family man. If you wasn't married, if you didn't have children, you wouldn't be doing any of this. But because you're a family man, you do these things for your family. You do these things for your family. Okay? And also, if you've got questions, put them up on the comments as well, and I'll try and answer them while we're talking. If not, I will answer them after the conference goes off air. So if you've got questions, put them in the chat, and I will endeavor to stop and answer them as well. So we're talking, this first section we're talking about is the dads organizing themselves around their families, them being the ones, you being the ones that can step up and do the organizations around the home. You sort out who needs to go where and who's got football, who's got hockey, who's got ballet, you organize it. Doesn't mean your wife is not helping you, but you're the one to put, the strategy around it, the stability around it. But like we said, you put all that with prayer. You're the one organizing the children to pray. Okay? You're the one organizing the people to pray. We've talked about organizations and how dads can organize themselves with their families. And I'm aware, or like I said in the beginning, of the different dads that are online. We've got married dads, single dads, divorced dads. I'm aware of that. And I just want to interject here for the dads who are going through reconciliation with the mother of their children. You want to go through reconciliation. It's important that whatever reason you broke up for, that thing has been sorted out before you come back. You can't come back and that thing is still hovering over your head. Whatever the reason was why you left, or why your wife left, or the mother of your children left, that has to be sorted out. It has to be done. And then you start making amends to come back. There's no point you still having issues, anger issues, financial, you're gambling, and you still have those issues and you want to come back. Get the issues sorted before reconciliation can start being solidified. Amen? I'm saying amen. So for the dads who are going through reconciliation with their wives, with their ex-partners, make sure whatever the reason why you left, that has to be sorted before you start coming back and reconciling with your family, with your wife. But you still continue to see your children. You still continue to keep that door open amicably as much as you can. If there's not good relationship between you and their mum, you keep that door open amicably so that reconciliation can happen. Okay, so it's important. I want to now move on to what the dads need to be doing or need to think about doing with their sons. So we've done the organization, what we need to be thinking about for organizing ourselves as dads for our families. So what does your son, those of you dads who have sons, what does your son need you to be in this everyday life that you're living with your family? What does your son need to be? And I've written a few things down, and we're just going to go through them one by one. These are dads who have sons. What does your son need you to be? What kind of role model is your son looking up to you and saying? Your son needs to perceive you like this. What are you known for, dad? By the time your child is 5, 6, 7, they already know what you do for a living, your personality. So what do you want your son to know you for? What is it? What is it about you that this thing I want to be known for? That's what your son needs to be able to point at you and say, this is what my dad is known for. This is what my dad is. What are you known for, Dad? What are you known for? You have to be reliable. I spoke about this last time. You can never talk too much about being reliable. When you say something to your son, your word is your bond. Your word is your bond. Don't tell your son you're taking him out tomorrow. Tomorrow comes and something has called you away. Honor what you've told your son. He needs to know your word is your bond. He needs to know that. He needs to know you are reliable. Your son needs to know you are capable of doing what he's asking you. You're capable of, like we said earlier, organizing. He's looking at you to see, can dad organize this? Is he capable? Is my dad capable of doing these things? That's what your son is looking at you for. You are the provider. Your son needs to know that you are providing. You might not be the one that goes out and does the shopping or goes and buys the school uniform, but he needs to know you are providing the finances for the home. He needs to know that dad is working, dad is doing that for the home. That's what your son needs to know about you. All this, I need to say this, testosterone that your son is displaying as he's preteen and into his teenagers, it's you, dad, that curbs that. When he's all acting up in the house, you know, with his mom trying to give all attitude, and it's you, dad, that curbs that from him. He's being aggressive, or he's being, you know, that alpha male, wants to express that alpha male. It's you, dad, that helps him curb that attitude, curbs that behavior. You know, it's not your wife to be shouting at the children, shouting and screaming and, you know, angry that they're behaving a certain way. That's what you're there for, dad. I work with so many single moms. They don't have this benefit. They don't have this extra arm of help. You're there. You're there. And I said this last time. If your presence is not felt, your absence will not be missed. I'll say it again. If your presence is not felt, your absence will not be missed. Your children need to know, your sons need to know you're capable, you're there, you're organizing. You need to keep them in check. You need to keep your children in check, keep your son in check. You see him acting a bit, you know, out there. No. You call him, you call him. You call him. I've noticed A, B, C, D. Son, what's going on? You call him, you call his attention, you keep him in check. That's what our sons need from their dads, because you are a family man. You are their coach. So it's not every time your son does something, you know, you're telling him off for, but you're his coach. You're cheering him on, you're guiding him, you're showing him. Not just in sport as a coach, but in life. You're his life coach. You're his life coach. It's important that you're there in all the things he wants to do. You're his coach. He can come to you for that advice. So you're his coach. You're kind. Sons need to see their dads kind. You know, with your deep voice and your wide shoulders, your son needs to see that you're kind as well as strong. Kindness. This is what your son needs you to be, kind. Okay, I think we've got some questions. Yes, very important. The 4 dates, very important. Yes, absolutely. Dad, you need to teach your son manners. I did 2 videos. If you subscribe to YouTube, subscribe to Amazing Parents on YouTube, and you will see all the videos that I've done. I've got over 100 videos on YouTube, and 2 of those videos are on manners. I managed to compile some of my own manners that I found, and I found some manners on online as well, on the internet, and I compiled them, made a video of them. Teach your son manners. He's in the sitting room and he's burping and breaking wind and he's talking. No, you're the one to teach him manners. Son, this is how you behave. especially around girls, around women, around your mom. This is how you behave. Teach your son manners. If you're not sure, go to those two YouTube videos and sit your son next to you and go through those manners one by one with him. Teach your son manners. He's going to be somebody's husband one day. He's going to be somebody's dad one day. So what are you teaching him that he will then live out in his own adulthood and fatherhood? It's you, dad, that will teach your son these things. Teach your son how to dress. I'm not talking about fashion statements, because obviously your son's sense of dress and your sense of dress is different. But teach them how to dress respectfully, decently, nicely. Teach your son that. And that's from a very young age. You're teaching your sons these things. Teach your sons how to look well presented. Teach your son hygiene, to be clean. They brush their teeth every day. They shower every day, brush their teeth twice a day, shower every day. These are the things that you should be teaching your son. You should be ensuring that he's doing. It's not your wife to be their mom to be shouting, have you showered? Why haven't you showered yet? Go on. No, you, dad, are to ensure that he's keeping up with his hygiene, his bodily hygiene. He's going, if he's old enough, he's going to the barber, he's getting his trim, he's looking clean. That's your job, dad, to ensure that he does that. Working. Even if your son is 7 and you're washing the car, your son is out there washing the car with you. Your son must know you for working. He must have that working ethos from you, dad. And I know things change, things happen. Dads lose jobs and the mom is the one bringing in the income for a while. That happens. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the dad that doesn't work. He's sitting on the settee and he's not working. No, your son, you can't afford for your son to grow up in that environment. And we have generations of children on the dole. Well, my dad didn't work. Granddad didn't work. What am I working for? No, your son needs to know that we work in this house. When your children clock 18, they need to be working. They need to be working. Either they're in full-time education or they're working. They can't be just at home playing PlayStation, painting nails, scrolling through their phone. No, dad, you are the one to instill that work ethic in them. So when you're working around the house, you're in the garden pulling weeds, your children are pulling the weeds with you. Your son is pulling the weeds with you. Your son is washing the car with you. Your son is sorting out tools with you. Your son is hoovering with you. Or you've taught him how to hoover. You've taught him how to wash up. Work. That work ethic must come from you, dad. Yes, we know the mums are there, but I'm talking to the dads, family men. Your son must learn these things from you. So they have a clear-cut idea of what they're meant to be doing. What they're meant to be doing. Okay? We talked about stability a bit earlier on, but the routine. Sometimes routines can go astray, especially, with the last lockdowns we've had where all schooling has been done at home and the routines get a bit frayed at the edges. Dad, you are to ensure that the routines in the home are kept. That structure around the routine is kept. Not rigid. 7 o'clock, everybody has to shower. 6 o'clock, everybody. No, you just maintain the structure. You maintain the structure, the routine. We pray every evening, or we pray every morning, or we pray at this time, or we do this at this time. You maintain the structure around the routine. Because we all know what boys are like. If you've got sons, they don't want to. They don't want to keep to structure. They don't want to keep to routines. They want to do their own thing. But that's why you're there. Around the family, around the home, around your wife and children. That structure. That's what you're there for, that. So you keep the routines. And I know we've got some dads on here who've got older boys. Ola, I know you're there. God bless you. Who have older boys. It's important that, and obviously my husband has got our older boy, that you're strong with your adult sons, your sons who are 17, 18 and above. You're strong with them. And what I mean strong, I don't mean you go to the gym and work on your, muscles. That's not the kind of strong I'm talking about. The kind of strong I'm talking about is strong to talk. There are so many charities coming up now for young men who have mental health issues, who wanting to commit suicide because they haven't got that avenue to go and talk. Dad, that's your place. You need to be talking to your son and allowing him to talk to you about what's on his mind. That's what strong means. That you have that avenue, you have that open door policy where your older son can come and talk to you. You might not want to say certain things to his mum, but you have that open door policy with him where he can come and talk to you and tell you things. And he might not tell you what's on his mind. He might not tell you, Dad, I'm going through this, or Dad, this is what I'm facing, or Dad, help me do. He might not come and tell you that. But if you go to him and say, son, what's your prayer point? Who doesn't want to be prayed for by their dad? He will have prayer points for you. So he might not directly tell you what's on his mind, what's on his heart, what he's facing, but he will definitely tell you what his prayer point is. Oh, I want to pray about this. Oh, Dad, can you pray for this for me? And don't walk away and say, yeah, okay, Tala, I'll pray for you. And then you walk away and you pray in the night. No, right there, right then, you pray for him. You connect right there. It's an instant thing you do. He tells you his prayer point and you pray for him right there. Especially with our older sons. That's what they need. That's what they need, that in their lives. That their dad, that male in their life. Because by now, our older sons have other males in their life. They've got all their friends who are their age. But that male in their life who has that wisdom, that can, not judge them. Sometimes they don't want to say things because they're going to be judged. So they have you to be vulnerable with. They have you to talk to. That they're not shy about saying something that their friends might laugh at. But they've got you who has no ulterior motive but love. That they can bare their heart to, or at least tell a prayer point to. So it's important that as a dad, you are strong for your older children, your older sons. And that starts from when they're little. If you haven't had that relationship with them when they were little, talking to them and helping them and showing them, when they become men, they're not going to want to talk to you. They're not going to want to interact with you. So it's from when they're little. But those of dads that have young men now, talk to them, interact with them, ask them, what's their prayer point? What are they going through? And if they open up and talk, brilliant, wonderful. But it's important that that strength comes from you talking, mental strength, not physical gym strength. It's important that dads, that's how you portray your strength to and with your adult sons. They still may be living with you, or they may be living alone, or they may be married. They may be working, but they still need you in their life to have that one-on-one, male one-on-one talking to. That's important. That's what you're there for. That you're there for them, for that shoulder to cry on. Like I said, they can be vulnerable with you. You're there as a soundboard for them. Oh, Dad, what do you think about this? Oh, Dad, I did this. What do you think about? It's important that they can come to you as their dad. They're not looking on the internet to find out about something. You're their first port of call. They come to you first. That's what they should be doing. That's what older sons should be doing, coming to their dads. So that's the kind of strength I'm talking about that you show and give to your older sons. So that's what our sons need. That's what sons need. That's how the dads need to be with their sons. You're there. Physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, you are there. Emotionally. I know the dads don't want to really go into the emotional side of things, but it's important that you're there. These things may seem very simple and basic, but like when I talk to parents about the basic needs of a child, water, shelter, food, medical attention, education, love, affection, protection, these things sound very basic. But once removed from a child, they become detrimental to the child's upbringing. You remove your love, you remove food, you remove protection. As simple as those things are, once removed, the child now becomes at a loss. And it's the same with your day-to-day things that you do. They're very simple, they're very everyday. But if you remove them, Dad, if you take them away, if you stop doing it, your family will pay the price. Your children will pay the price. It becomes detrimental to your wife. So you might be saying these things are just basic, these things are just, but they removed, they become detrimental. So this is what your son needs from you. They might not be able to articulate, oh, Dad, this is what I need from you. But this is what they need. Family man, this is what they need. When your wife says, this is what we've planned, we're going to go out, and you agree, don't allow something else to come in and take your attention, take your time. And so you now let down your wife, you now let down your children. Be there, be that dad that is solid. That your word is your bond, like we said. That's what your son needs to see. Why? Because he's going to be somebody's husband. He's going to be somebody's dad. And we want those attributes in you to be in him. Okay? So, I just want to say hi to a few more people. Thank you for coming on. YouTube, hello, thank you. Send the thumbs up and emojis. Wow. If your presence is not felt, your absence will not be. That's it. Absolutely. I said that. Yes. Just for those of you who are coming on, I'll be saying to the dads, if your presence is not felt, your absence will not be missed. Absolutely. Absolutely. Kemi, yes. Thumbs up. Brilliant. So that's for the sons. If you have sons, dads, that's what you need to start at least thinking about. If you've not been doing it, I'm sure many of these things you are doing. Let's move on to the daughters. The daughters, if you have a daughter, you know what she needs? She needs all of the above. Everything you're giving to your son, she needs it as well. But there's more because she's a girl. Your daughter needs to be able to look at you as dad and say, that's what I want my husband to be like. Now, I'm not saying she's going to marry a man that looks like you, because he's not going to look like you. He probably won't look like you. But your attributes, your qualities, your standards, your beliefs, she's looking at you saying, that's the kind of husband I want to marry. That's the kind of man I want to marry, who has those same attributes and qualities that my dad has. Your daughter should be able to look at you and say that. Yeah, she might want her husband to be a bit more musclier than you are, a bit more guns than you, but your attributes, that's what I'm talking about. Your attributes, that's what she'll be able to look at you and say, yes. If I meet any guy that comes up to me and he hasn't got these attributes that my dad's got, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. If he's not working, if he's not kind, I'm not interested. Because you have set the standard for your daughter. You set that standard from birth. Remember, you are the first male in her life. So you've set that standard. So if it's a high standard or a low standard, she's either going to look at you and say, yes, I want my husband to be like my dad, or I'm never going to marry a man like my dad. That choice is yours. You make that for your daughter. That's for you to decide, Dad. Can your daughter look at you and say, yes, she wants a husband like me? So all of the above, all that you do for your son, your daughter needs. And then some. So your daughter needs you to be gentle. Gentle. I'll say that again, gentle. With her and with her mum. Gentle with her mum. She needs to see you gentle. Just because you're a man doesn't mean you have to be boom, 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 loud and no. You can be gentle. And that's what your wife needs to see. Your daughter needs to see you gentle with your wife, with her mum. She needs you to be kind like you are with the sons. That gentle side of you, she needs to see it. You need to be complimentary. Oh my goodness, complimentary. How many times do you tell your wife in earshot of your daughter, I love you? You're pretty. That's a nice dress. Or is it just out the door, gone? You don't even notice she's changed the shade of her lipstick, or she's got a new weave, or she's got a pair of new shoes. You're just saying, oh, okay, see you, bye. What's for dinner tonight? Your daughter needs to know and notice that you notice her mom. She needs to hear you be complimentary. And not just when she's dressed up to go out. She's dressed up to go to work. She's dressed up to go to church. But your compliments to her are not necessarily physical, but they are about your wife's attributes. What is it about your wife that you love? Does your daughter hear you complimenting her on those things? Do you give your daughter those compliments? When was the last time you told your daughter, I love you? Told your son, I love you? Your children, your daughter needs to see that kind of interaction from you to her and to her mum. That gentle, complimentary, gentleman way. Why? Because your son's watching. That's why. And he needs to know how to do that to his wife. In one of the videos I did on manners, one of the things was teaching your son to open the door for his mum or for his sister or for a female. I know we've got all this woman's lib on now where we're all equal and everything. Teach your son that manners, holding the door open for a woman that's going through, for him stepping back as a woman wants to go through. These are simple things, but they are so weighty when you teach your son to do these things. And when your daughter sees you teaching your son these things, because that's what she's going to expect when she grows up and begins to see qualities in the man she wants to marry. Does her boss have these qualities when she's at work? Does her boss have these qualities that her dad has? Does she need to be wary of her boss? Because the way you are with your daughter will show her how to be with other men. Your quality, your standards will let her see, how are other men? How do other boys behave? How do other men behave? You begin to be her standard as she's getting older. So even if she's very young, she's 5, she's 10, she's 12, she's very young. She's watching, she wants to see you complimentary, hear you complimentary, being gentle. That's what your daughter needs. Your daughter needs to feel safe. When she's home with her mom, with her family, she's safe. And when you come home, the safety has increased. Not that you come home and everybody's like, oh, everybody, is on edge. Your daughter needs to feel safe. That we're safe already. And then when dad comes home, that's another blanket of safety we have. Your daughter needs to feel safe with you in the home, outside the home. And that's for you to portray. Your daughter can't make you be these things. She has no say in how you behave. It's you to behave like that towards her and towards her mom. You are in complete control of this, dad. Why? Because you're a family man and your children are watching. Your children are watching. It's important that you are the protector. You are the protector. Like I said earlier in the beginning of the live stream, it's not every day you need to be that Superman hero, but she needs to know you are her protector. That if she came to you and needed protection, you would be right there. My dad went to be with the Lord last year, and I remember when I was little, I can't remember if I said this last time, when I was little, I was in primary school, and this boy was trying to run me over with his bike. He was older than me, he was in secondary school, not older than me, and he was trying to run me over with his bike. Me and my little friend, we were playing, and he kept riding his bike past us, trying to, run over our feet, and he kept doing it, and my dad, I was sitting opposite my house, and my dad was in the upstairs window with my brother fixing the curtains or doing something to the window. And this boy was, riding past me and my friend trying to run us over. And I said to my friend, if he does this again, I'm gonna I'm going to kick his wheel. So he came back and he did it again. And I kicked his wheel and this boy went flying. And he came rushing at me. And of course, he was a lot older than me, a lot bigger than me. But before I could blink, my dad ran from the house out into the street and confronted this boy. Don't you dare come near my daughter. Told this boy off. Now, that was the only time I can remember my dad come physically running to my rescue. So it's not about you being that superhero and come running to your daughter's rescue, but it's about her knowing, her being conscious of you protecting her, being that protection for her. That's what your daughter needs you to be. And that's what she needs to see. You being protective over her mom, over her brothers, over her sisters. She needs you. She needs you to be protected, to see you being protective over the family. That's what your daughter needs you to be, needs to show, you need to be showing to your daughter. Your daughter needs you to be faithful. Oh my goodness, faithful. Faithful in word and in deed. Like we said earlier, your word is your bond. She needs to know you are faithful. Dad, you are faithful. That you're not going to just up and leave, but you are faithful to your family. You are faithful to her mum. You are faithful to the home. You are faithful. You will always come back. And I know we have some dads. I know one of our amazing dads. He used to be in the army, so he used to, be away from home. But you always come back. You faithfully come back. No matter where work takes you, you faithfully come back. Your daughter needs to know you are faithful, that you've got this. That's what your daughter needs to have from you, that you're faithful. Your daughter needs to know that you're brave. You're not a cowering man, that you stand up to things that need to be stood up for. There's a saying that if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. She needs to know that you're brave for the family, for her mum. That you're brave outside. If anything is going on outside and you are confronted, we're not saying that you should, be brawling in the street, but you're brave. You're not a cowering dad. You're not a dad that shies away from things that you need to stand up for and be brave about. That's what your daughter needs to see. Your daughter needs to see you brave, confident, that confident man. Too many dads out there are not confident in who they are. As dads, they're not confident. Your daughter needs to see you confident. Hi, Margaret. Let's see. Your dad needs to see you confident. It's important. As a dad, as a man, you stake that place. You have a place in the home. And like we said earlier, sometimes men, feel like they're on the back burner because the wife and the mum can do it all. You have a place in that home and it needs to be recognized. And you're the only one that's going to ensure that your place is recognized by how you talk and interact with your family as a family man. That's what your daughter needs to see. Take your place as dad. That doesn't mean you rule with an iron fist. I'm an African man, therefore I do this. I'm a man. I'm an old Viking of the Viking days. No. My lineage is Viking. No. That's not what it means to take your place and rule. But you do that. If you think of chopping up meat, how you would chop meat. Yes, you're in control. You're chopping the meat. But if you think about a samurai and his sword, he's still in control, but look how graceful he is with that sword. That's how you need to be. That's that samurai with his sword. Calm. Graceful. You know what you're doing. You're confident. You're using wisdom. That's how your daughter needs to see you. That's how as she gets older, she knows how to just weed out the guys that come along and are not up to the standard of her dad. It's what you portray. It's what you show her from that young age up to those young adults. And when your daughter is a young adult, Still do those things for her. You're still complimentary. You're still nice to her. You're still kind to her. You're still good to her. You still give her money to do her hair and buy clothes and shoes and all those things. You still do those things. It's important that you still do these things for your daughter, for your wife, for your children. As dad, it's so important. And like we said, you may be saying they're simple, they're easy, but you've got to keep doing them day in and day out, like the weaver's beam, day in and day out, building up, building the fabric of your home, building the stability and the strength of your home. It's only you that will do that. Yeah, your wife can do that, their mom can do that. But why should your wife, your children's mother, act like a single mom when you're there? It's one thing for a single mom to have to do it all, but why should your wife do it all and you're there? You live there. And I think I said this last time. Gone are the days when dads come home, open newspaper, put on bedroom slippers, and you eat dinner, and that's it. Go to bed. There's no interaction. Those days have gone. As dad, as man in the home, that's what you need to be doing with your children. That interaction. And not expecting your wife will do. Well, if their mum is there, or their mum, you be the one. You be the one to be interactive with your daughter, with your son. That's what you need to be showing for your daughter. And your daughter needs to see your integrity. Your son and your daughter. They need to see your integrity. Dads, there's so much going on out there that can take away a man's integrity. So much, too much. But you being integral to your family, to your work, is paramount. Your integrity. You may have a vice, whatever that vice is. Have check-ins with other dads that can hold you accountable. When you're at work, Friday evening comes, some of your male colleagues are not going straight home. So have other dads that you can check in with, that you can, I'm feeling like this, I'm feeling away with this certain, and you can check in with another dad, and that dad can help you and advise you. Your integrity is everything. Lose your integrity, you've lost everything. It's you that will be looking into your children's face, explaining, while your wife is, you have to be the one. So your integrity, you have a vice with gambling. You have a vice with alcohol. You have a vice with girls or whatever it is. Check yourself. Don't leave yourself vulnerable, that your integrity can be stripped from you. It only takes one incident and your integrity is gone. Make barriers between you and that vice. This is your problem. Stay away from it. Like I said, have other dads in your network where you can really, somebody you can confide in, another dad you can confide in and say, I'm struggling in this area, I need you to, call me once a week, once a month, just, another dad you can do that with, or a group of dads. It is so important. Your integrity. I can't reiterate it enough. I'm just looking at the time. We've only got half an hour left. So if you've got questions, please do put them in. But yes, I want to just hone in on integrity, because too many dads, too many family men are losing everything, because their integrity has been lost. Their integrity has been compromised because they wasn't able to handle one of their vices or a vice that they have. You must be able to be vulnerable with another dad, with another man, and say, look, I need support in this area. None of this macho business, oh, I'm tough, I don't need help. Listen, you don't want to push yourself to the edge where mentally you can't cope anymore. Like I said earlier, too many men are going through mental health issues. because there are things that they're facing within. They're facing it by themselves. They're facing it in their heads. They're facing it in their hearts. When what they need to be doing is speaking it. I have an issue with this. I'm not talking about going online and telling everybody, you watch pornography, but have another dad where you can go and tell these things to and say, look, I'm struggling with this. I need help with this. That dad might not be able to help you there and then, but he might be able to signpost you. He may know something. He may know someone. He may know, which you would have never found out if you hadn't have confided in this dad. We're talking about your integrity. It's so important that your integrity is held for the life of your family, for the fabric of your family to be maintained. That's what your daughter needs to see. That's what your son needs to see. You are integral. You have integrity. Your wife can trust you, hands down. You have integrity. It is important. I think we've got some questions. Stay away from your weakness and vulnerability, or it can stir away your confidence and integrity. Yes. Folake, yes. I pray that your integrity and glory will not be rubbished. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Your integrity. We can sit here and talk about, what you need to be as a dad, what you need to be as a family man, what you need to be, as a boss, as a manager, as a husband. But all of that, all those layers can be wiped out if you allow your integrity to be lost or taken from you. You see your integrity. So I want to leave some time to keep questions. If you've got questions, hi Joshua, bless you. If you've got questions, put questions up. Thank you for the hand claps and the thumbs up. Thank you all so much. Okay. So yes, I've got some books. I will leave a link below, but because this is live, I haven't been able to leave that below, but I will leave that below. But on my other videos, all the links to my books are there. If you want to help this channel, subscribe, give a thumbs up, leave a comment. That just helps YouTube to, spread this video all around. And this video will be left on YouTube. So once it comes off live, it will be there on YouTube. So share it with your friends, other men, other mums. Share this video globally. Okay, share this video globally. So thank you. I think we've got a question. Okay, yes. Keep burning for God's kingdom. Thank you. I will. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you too. I appreciate all of you that have logged on. Thank you so much. I don't want to keep this video just going for going's sake, but I just really want to irritate to all the dads. You are so needed. Last year's conference was called Dad, You Are Needed. That, even though that was last year's theme, it still continues. Dad, you are needed. You are needed by your sons, you're needed by your daughters, and you're needed by your wife and the children, the mother of your children. You are needed. Never think for a second that, just because you're on the back burner, you're not doing as much, or you're not doing as much as you want to because of work commitments. I know a lot of dads, and even one dad I'm thinking of, works a lot, but because of your work commitments, you feel like you're not putting that much into your children. The effort is there. As long as you're putting in that effort, as long as you're showing up and you're spending that quality, it's about quality of time, not quantity of time. We haven't got quantity of time to spend with children. Some of us haven't got that, but we've got quality of time. The quality, what you can do with the quality of time. You can sit down and watch a DVD. You can go to the park. You can sit and have dinner. You can sit and do things. The quality of time that you have. That's what we're talking about. Quality, not quantity. Even nowadays, quantity of time is not there for anybody anymore because we're all so busy. It's the quality. The quality it's the quality that makes it immense, but the time might be short. So it's the quality of time. Oh, I'm getting all these congratulations up now. Thank you. Thank you, Bosse. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, so it's the quality of time. Dad, if you're working away Your work takes you away from your home for weeks at a time, days at a time. With technology, look how many ways you can keep in communication. FaceTime, YouTube, not YouTube, FaceTime, WhatsApp. So many ways you can keep, contact with your children because you are away from home. Don't think that, oh, well, I'm away from home, I have to wait till I get physically home before I can be with my children. No, use technology to stay close to your children. Be that male voice in their heads, that when you are away, they hear your voice. Oh, dad said, I have to remember to do this. Dad said, oh, yeah, dad. They've got your voice. Not necessarily your shouty voice, your angry voice, but just your voice. I remember my dad taught me this. I remember my dad said I should be doing this. They have your voice when you're not around. So use these times when you're away to stay in contact with your children, to be there for your children and your wife. We talked about, and for those of you that came on a bit later, we talked about the 4 dates. So you're going to have to watch this video from the beginning and hear those 4 dates that your wife is banking on you remembering, praying that you remember those dates and show some effort, show some, consciousness of her. It's important. Okay, so Folake saying the ABC tips. Oh, we've gone through so many tips, Folake. I don't want to go through them all again because the dads that did come on, I don't want to just go through it all again for them. This video is going to be on YouTube. Once we come off air, it will stay on YouTube. So please go through. The 4 dates come up really early in the video, so it's okay. Let me say the 4. Okay, I'll say the 4 dates. So your wife wants you to remember her birthday, your wedding anniversary, Valentine's Day, and Mother's Day. Those 4. There's only those 4 dates in the year. Of course, your children's birthdays, but those 4 days for your wife. You must make an effort for those 4 dates. It's important to her. That's the only time you can really show her you are appreciative of her. I know there's times you can, glean from work and, take her out. Thank God my husband took me away 2 weeks ago. We went away for the weekend, left our children at home because they're old enough to be at home by themselves. And he took me away for the weekend. Brilliant. You might not be able to do that, but if you can, do it. Do it. Because like I said, as your wife is getting older, she needs to know that she's still, there. She's not just mom. She's just not cooking. She's just not cleaning. She's still that, bride that you married all those years ago. That's what she needs to feel. And in those 4 dates, those are the times that you have an opportunity to lavish on her. The whole world celebrates those 4 dates. There's no reason why you should forget or gloss over those dates. And like I said, just because your wife might not make a fuss, you forgot her birthday last year and she didn't say nothing. Don't take her silence for compliance. I said that in the beginning. Don't take her silence for compliance just because she's not fussing. She does. It means something to her. And when you forget, or when you're not bothered, or you don't show empathy or kindness towards her on those 4 special days, then if you can't show it when the whole world is showing it, when will you do it? So when those days come up or are approaching, organize yourself. Even if you know you're going to be away, florists deliver everything. Amazon deliver. Order something, buy something, do something. Organize yourself for your wife on those 4 dates. The gifts there's an array of gifts. And the thing is, the gifts on those 4 days, like I said, perfume, chocolate, flowers, and jewelry, you can get them no matter what your pocket holds, whether you've got very few coins or you're multi. Those 4 gifts can be bought from any spectrum. So take time. And that goes back to what we talked about with your daughter seeing you take time with those dates. She might not see you spend time with your wife, with her mum. But when those 4 dates come, the family can be rest assured. Yes, dad is going to do something for mum. Oh, dad's going away with mum this weekend because it's Mother's Day or because it's her birthday. You can be rest assured that you are going to organize yourself to make sure these 4 dates don't come and go. And it's the day after you're remembering. Oh yeah, it was Valentine's yesterday. Here's the flower. Yes, it's wonderful that you've done it, but on the day, do it on the day. There's no reason. These days don't just creep up on you. Oh, you didn't know it was your wife's birthday. Bam. No, you've known from time. Organize yourself. That's what we're talking about. It's always the wife that's organizing herself, organizing the children, organizing the home, organizing you as dad. No, you stop and begin to organize and strategize how you're going to do it. That might not be your gifting. It doesn't matter. Strategize, think about, plan. If your children are older, ask them. And out of those 4 dates, ask your wife, which one out of those 4 dates do you really want me to go overboard? Because all 4 dates are special, but it might be her wedding anniversary that she wants you to really do something great for. Or so for me, it's my birthday. My husband, blesses me on my birthday. It's my birthday that I want, to be made a fuss of. So if you're not sure, as a husband, as a dad, ask your wife. I've heard today these 4 dates. Which one of them do you really is close to your heart? Ask your wife. She will tell you happily, gladly. She will tell you. But you organize it, dad. That's what makes a family man. That's the difference between a single man and a family man. If you were single, all the things that we've talked about, that you wouldn't think about them at all. They would not be on your radar at all if you were single. But you're married or you have children. So because of that, automatically, by default, you are a family man. But your impact as a family man depends on you. That all depends on you. You're a family man because you're married or you have children. That makes you a family man. But how impactful you are all depends on you. All comes from you. Nobody can make you, want to be organized. Nobody can make you want to spend one-on-one time with your children. Nobody can make you do these things that we're saying today. Nobody can make you. That's for you to decide to do for your family. That's for you to decide, for you to do. So it's important as a family man, the things that we've talked about, you think about them. I'm not here telling you need to do this. It's for you to think about and see whether, you think that, yeah, some of the things she said I can start doing. Or yeah, I'm doing all of these things. I'm doing it right. Wow. Yes, I think what question? Baba's saying, or you buy the wrong card, anniversary instead of birthday. Yes. I think a few wives can testify to that. You go into the card shop. Yes, there's an array of cards. You don't know which one. Ask the assistant. I'm looking for a card for my wife. It's her birthday. It's our anniversary. It's Mother's Day. Which card can show me the section where I can buy those things? And she'll show you and you pick those things. Because even though you buy the card, if it's the wrong card, all that says is, it even amplifies that you couldn't be bothered to stop and look for the correct card. So it's even worse than not buying the card. You went to the shop and you still went and picked the wrong card. What? But when it's your birthday, when it's, your wife is running around, doing everything, making sure that, so you make sure that you are conscious of those 4 dates. You're conscious, you know what you want to do. If even if from now we're already in June going past, if those 4 dates are yet to come for you, well, Mother's Day is gone. Begin to strategize. Okay, it's coming up. What am I going to do? What am I going to buy? Where am I going to take her? You plan it. You organize it. We've got another question. A single man can still make an impact. Yes, on the lives of his mother and sisters? Absolutely. It was practice. All the single men who are watching, practice. Your mum and your sister are good training ground for you as a young man. Practice, respect, holding the door, moving back, letting them come through. Practice these things. Not letting your testosterone fly all over the house because you're the boy, you're the, as you're single, use this. Send this. In fact, yes, that's a very good comment. Send this video to young single men. Let them begin to see and start planning and working out how they need to be when they become family men. Let them practice with their mums and their sisters. I'm aware of the time. We want to close at in 15 minutes to wind down. I think Facebook has frozen. I don't know what's happening with Facebook, but I think Facebook is frozen. But YouTube, you guys have been brilliant. Thank you so much. So I just want to take some time and show you some of the books. Even though I'm going to leave links below, like I said, to support the channel, just subscribe. When you on this live stream, you can subscribe. Whenever you see the videos, give it a thumbs up, leave comments. I know sometimes you privately send me thumbs up and well done. I love all of that, but put it in the comments actually while you're still on YouTube. So if you receive a video from Amazing Parenting via WhatsApp, go to the YouTube link and click it. Then watch the video and give a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And if you have subscribed, make sure you tick the notification bell to all, because lots of people are getting subscribed, but they're not getting the videos when I'm uploading them. And I upload them every week. You get a video every week. So make sure the notification bell and your subscribe button has ticked to all. It should turn black. So that should be ticked to all, and that will let you know that every time I upload a video, you're the first person or the first people to get those videos straight away. So yeah, tick all and subscribe. That's how you help the channel, by giving me a thumbs up, leaving comments, and share. Every time you watch one of the Amazing Parenting videos, share. If you share it with one other parent, I'm grateful, because the more we share these videos, the more the videos get spread around the globe. So even if you share it with one other person, if you can share it with 10, fantastic. 30, even better. You just sit and scroll through your contacts page, sending it to everybody. I'll be grateful. Okay, I want to show you my books before we close. Book I wrote, all these books, I wrote these books. And this one is Amazing Parenting Help. I Don't Understand My Teenager. So if you've got teens, I talk about all different things that your teenager's doing, why they're so moody sometimes. What do you do if you catch your teenager watching pornography? What do you do if your teenagers are always fighting? It's all in this book. 365 Amazing Parenting Nuggets. So each day of the year, I've given you a quote or a nugget that you can read and implement with your children, or speak about it with your children. I wrote this book for nurseries. So if your children are in nursery, get your nursery to buy this book for the nursery. It goes into how nursery teachers interact with different kinds of children. Because once your children are in school or in nursery, those nursery teachers, those school teachers are acting like their parents. So they need to know how to interact with your child. So I wrote that for them. This is my latest book, Getting Over Trauma. This is for parents who, as children, had gone through trauma, and now that's relaying into their parent life. It's affecting their parenting. So I wrote that book for parents who have been traumatized. Domestic abuse, for the person who's going through domestic abuse, for the perpetrator, and if you want to get out of domestic abuse. This book was written for that. 18 lessons to teach your child before they start school. There are things that your preschool children need to be doing before they start school. I wrote that book. If you know parents, or if you're a parent in the social care industry, social services in your life, I wrote this book, Amazing Parenting Support and Guidance, how you should be as a parent if your children are in care or on child protection or child in need. This book is for you. 30 top amazing parenting keys. So in here I talk about all different things you can go through with your children. Top 30 keys. Now, every dad on this conference today should be getting this. Buy this book for yourself. Mums, buy this book. Wives, buy this book for your husbands, for the father of your children. Amazing Parenting for Dads. In here, I talk about how dads they parent differently from mums, and how it's important that dads know how they recognize that they parent differently. So that's why I wrote this book for dads. Amazing Parenting Volume 1. In here, I talk about the 3 stages of parenting. First stage, when the child is 0 to 12. Second stage, from 13 to 17. And third stage, from 17, 18 and above. That's what this book is all about. Amazing Parenting Volume 2 talks about all different kind of things. Again, some things about teenagers are in there as well. That's Amazing Parenting Volume 2. 31 lessons to teach your child before they turn 21. While your children are still under your roof, these are certain things you need to be talking to your children about, different areas to avoid, for them to avoid debt, teaching them about their goals and their visions, how to write them down and aspire to them and keep them. Being organized is in here, and maximizing their time. So things to teach your children before they turn 21. Real life stories. I spoke to parents and they gave me their real life stories of how they've been with their children, and stories that will really inspire you and bless you. That's encapsulated in my story, is in there as well. Here I've compiled 130 amazing parenting prayers for your children. Different prayers you can just pray over them while they're asleep, while they're awake with them. These are prayers you can pray for your children. And you don't need to be a Christian to have this. To pray over your children. Pray over your children. Your children need prayer. So get this, regardless whether you're a Christian or not. Again, this one, let me do this one last. Okay, again, this is amazing parenting through the Bible. So I've chose different parents in the Bible and highlighted their parenting that we can learn from. So that's amazing parenting through the Bible. And then amazing parenting transition from primary school into secondary school. So there are some things when your children go from year 6 into year 7 that they will face in year 7 that they need to be prepared for. And it's you as a parent, as a dad, you need to know how to help guide your child through that transition, and from secondary school beyond, sixth form, uni, and beyond. So you get this book as well. So all the dads, you need to be buying these books, and mums, buy them for your dads, buy them for your husbands and the father of your children as well. So I just want to end by saying all parents, all dads can be great dads. It's a journey and we will get there. Okay, it's a journey. I know we've got a few minutes left, but I just want to end it here and say, for the dads, may you always be wealthy, healthy, and wise. God bless you. Thank you so much. I just want to say hi and thank you to Shion, Kemi, Bosse, Folake, my husband, my children, the winners, the Ashinawos, the Lalas. Thank you so much. Samuel, thank you so much. Excellent. Yes, thank you so much. Big thank you. If I didn't call your name, it's because it's all scrolled up now. Joshua, Baba, Tosh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless you. We just want to end it here. I'm not going to just make the video go long just for going long's sake, but I just want to appreciate all of you. And like I said, next year, we want to do this face to face as well as live, depending on restrictions or whatever. But we're planning, bigger and greater things for next year, by the grace of God, that we'll be able to do this. So stay tuned to Amazing Parenting. Amazing Parenting was made for you, all parents. We cover every topic, no matter how obscure or controversial, or nobody's talking about this subject with children. We cover it here. And if you go through all the 100 videos and there's a video that I haven't done something on and you want me to do a video on it, put it in the comments. If I can do a video on it, I will. If it's to do with parenting, I'll do it. Leave it in the comments. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. Really enjoyed it. Yes, I enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless you. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I can't say it enough, But yes, again, before I do go, subscribe. As you log off, subscribe. Let's get these subscriptions, up there. Subscribe. Give me a thumbs up and leave comments. Share. God bless you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye, YouTube. Bye, Facebook. Bye-bye.